So hi everyone, welcome to the Muad'dib Melee final. In this game we have Gristlepuff, Heretic, Kasparov, and Ellie. So Ellie is a relatively new player to the TTS Cup and she won 2 games to get to this final. The other 3 players actually all had a bye, meaning that in the Muad'dib April they all won a game. So they got a bye in the second round and they won their second round in the finals. Gristlepuff was a previous finalist as well. So it should be an exciting game. Okay, I think Gristlepuff in 4th position picks Ilban. I think Ilban is probably the leader which can perform the best in 4th position. I think whenever you pick it up in 4th, you don't feel too bad. You like to see it in a row. So Kasparov or Wade Baracic. Maybe we'll address him as Wade in this game. So Wade played Handro first in round 2, and let's see what he picks here. He picks Handro as well. So Ellie picks Baron. I don't think Baron's a very strong pick in Immortality. I think if you play a lot of Dune X, you'll think Baron's very strong. But the win rate for the Muad'dib to this point, right? At least for Muad'dib Melee, right? He's been picked 8 times and has lost all 8 games. So do note there are some things about Baron which just are not as strong as in Immortality as it is in X. Partially it's due to having played the Signet Ring, right? Because you have a lot of cards which you want to play. You want to play your experimentations, and having to put down Signet Ring in addition to that makes your Signet Ring weaker. Okay, and in 1st position we have Beast. Beast is another high win rate leader. I'm not surprised that Heretic has picked it up. Heretic also is a player who likes early game techs, and this one spice will let him get Mimic, which is a good compensation for 1st position, which he does so immediately. He has both his faction access this round. Interested to see what he does. So game's going on very quick. Handro plays his... Handro goes full space, Baron goes experimentation. Heretic chooses to play Sig allies to go for Hardy Warriors. He should get his combat, unless someone else draws a combat intrigue and wants to fight him. I see Handro is deciding, and Handro decides not to fight him this combat. I think if Handro puts in all his spends all his spice, it's a very expensive combat win for him, and Private Army is always good later on in the game. Okay, Baron goes for 2 troops. Yep, 2 troops for the buy. Ilban Mentats. So one thing about Ilban in this situation is you want to pick up cheap combats, and the combat currently is not cheap. It's going to be costing 4 strength, means he needs to put in 2 troops for 3rd place or 3 troops for 2nd place, which is not very good. Okay, yeah, Beast had 6 to buy. He chose to buy Guild Compact, Ixion Compact, I think, and also Guild Bankers. I think Guild Bankers is a good card. Goes well with Mimic Film as well, but I think actually this Dreadnought spacing card is, I don't really like it. I don't like it because it doesn't really give you anything you like. It doesn't synergize with the other cards you have in your deck. But I guess he's going some hybrid build. Let's see if it comes back to bite him or it works out in his favor. So now so now Ilban has 1 more action. He's choosing whether he want to put in 3 troops or not. He draws his Diplo, the card he probably doesn't want to see. He can put in 3 troops for 2 Solari and an intrigue, which honestly isn't too bad because of how Ilban functions. You do want intrigues, you do want don't get a lot of intrigues, and you don't get a lot and you spend your Solari quite actively, so getting it is not that bad. It is very expensive though. I would consider it, and he agrees. So Beast is happiest in this combat. You put in 4 troops, no one's fighting you. Ellie picked up Ally Armada as well. Oh, strong card. Okay, Gristlepath has 5 to buy. Picks up Infiltrator as well as the Benny card, which allows you to ship if you have another Benny card. It's not the best 5 cost to pick up early. I would have considered nuking as well. I think if I was in red's position and blue's position, I might consider nuking. But so the first round buys happen. Nothing too great in anyone's deck. So Handro in second position gets interstellar shipping and doesn't look like anyone's in a position anytime soon to block him. Baron gets Swordmaster round 2. I think early Swordmaster by Baron is very good. Might even be better than interstellar shipping for him in this current meta. So Leto already gets Infiltrator. It's interesting to see where he goes. I think with Ilban you generally always Mentat. Even in this like relatively weird situation, you still Mentat first and then see what to do later. Yep. Gristlepath agrees with me. And Beast goes for Arakeen. He draws Guild Bankers. It's a faction access card you want to play, but you only can play to Wealth. So you hope Ilban doesn't go there. You put in 3 troops with 2 swords behind. Might win in this combat actually. It's one of those combats which I don't think anyone really wants to win. So 100 decides to go up. And Baron gets Swordmaster. And as well as an Intrigue. A bit awkward, Baron's hand. Baron's inclined to go Hardy, but not sure how that will work out. Okay, Gristlepath chooses to go for full space, which is good. If he's the other player who blocks Handro, I think the table will be very happy. This does make his combat for this round a bit awkward. So Heretic plays his faction access. Handro buys for 4. What does he buy? Does he pick up Sisters? I think Sisters is the best 3-coster here. And Talixo Master. I wonder if like yeah, I guess if blue nuked the previous round he'll get Talixo Master. Maybe if red nuked it he'll have gotten it as well. No, red wouldn't have gotten it. Everyone bought, right? So yeah. So blue needed to nuke it the previous round and get Talixo Master, which I think would have been way better than the Benny card. So there's one thing about playing against Baron. Baron is just very likely to just dump in troops because he wants to trigger his passive early. I don't think he needed to do this. I think actually if he went to just Steel Suits, get a water, I think it would have been better for his play. He's poised to collect the spice next round. You put in 1 troop, he'll get 1 or 2 spice. It was very good for him if he just went to Steel Suits. I disagree with this play from Ellie. Okay, Heretic has 3 to buy, buys Corino Jeans, puts him at 6, which is very close to Swordmaster, and 3 to buy. 3 to buy, actually, I wouldn't buy a Guild Ambassador. You don't need access to Spacing Guild, and 1 position card in your deck is not very good. I disagree with this buy as well from him. The Baron doesn't buy anything, and Ilban doesn't buy anything as well. Yeah. In the situation from blue, I might have considered just going to Kartek. I think, yeah, I think Imperial Basin at 0 spice is still not worth going to. I think it's good at +2 spice, +1 spice. So when you get 2 spice from that spot, it's great. With 4 to buy, what do you do with 4 to buy? You want a Benny card, right? Yeah. You hope to get okay. So he gets an Intrigue and he picks up 4 Humanity. Okay, overall good. At least he now has some synergy with his other Benny card. Green is very happy with this combat result. Yeah, yellow in this position could have the spice bonus as well. Why wouldn't yellow just go to go to wealth? I think yellow, if yellow went to wealth, it would be better for his play overall. Ilban goes to diplomacy. I would like him actually to go to Mentat there. Okay. Heretic goes for wealth. This allows him to get Soul Master. This is round 3. Quite fast. Handru gets invasion ships, means he's never blocked that shipping. He has a lot of troops. He would want to put as much as he can in. Yeah. You just want to empty your garrison. If you have shipping and you're playing Handru, you just want, and you have like invasion ships, yeah, you just want to empty your garrison. You don't really care about what the reward is. Ali goes to selective breeding. His hand is awkward now. He bought yellows, so his hand is full of yellows. It makes his buy a bit awkward as well. There's nothing really great. He might even consider revealing to get Shahalut. Depends on what his game plan is. Oh, full scale assault might be good actually. With charisma. It's still quite early, like buying cards at this point is still pretty good. Okay, Ilban decides not to Mentat and plays another weak experimentations. So Ilban's round 2, round 3 has been pretty weak in terms of like action wise. I really think a Mentat there, even though you're using the Benny card without any bonus, is the best thing to do. Maybe I'll discuss it with him later. Okay, Beast gets Sword Master. And gets an additional troop. Another bad thing about his hand is that he has no good way of entering this combat. And Baron has no way of entering this combat as well. If you got the water the previous round, it would have been so much better. 100 goes up twice. Oh, Baron Atomics. I'm not sure what he was looking for. He had a 7 reveal and it was good to buy then either. Looking for Quizzets? Or Chome Directorship? I feel like such a wasted nuke. And Crystal Puff has 5. He would like the Long Reach or Jessica. But he gets a Negotiator. Some constellation. Okay, and Heretic gets a Dreadnought. He's giving up a 5 reveal though to do this. I don't like how he hasn't picked up any 2 persuasion cards. I think if he's trying to get Spice on slow, it will come back to haunt him. Okay, Wade picks up this combat with 6 troops. Gets 2 bumps. He gets enough Slurry for Swordmaster round 4. He should be quite happy with this result, especially since his current hand is quite mediocre. Okay. So first thing Lito does is to draw 2 cards with Mentat. I always think this is a good option. And Heretic is the one who goes for selective. Oh no, it goes for full space. So he pushes he pushes Handro to get Interstellar first. And he can, right? There's no one really chasing him. So he can always get Interstellar first. then get Sword Master. You buy attack? The trading drones is okay, but you might not want to spend the spice. Let's see what he does. I think spice sets is okay also. Yep, and he takes spice sets. Actually, with the one with shipping, you're normally like able to challenge alliances, but I guess this really allows him to push some alliances. Okay, Baron goes smuggling again. I think if Baron actually collected the spice earlier, it would be so much better for him. And so much spice sitting there on the board. No one's gonna grab it. Okay, so Ilban goes selective and takes a bump in spacing. He probably wants to do this because he has Infiltrator, so Infiltrator allows him to go shipping. But shipping takes 2 rounds to become useful. Might be a bit slow actually. Okay, and the Baron finally goes to collect the water. This allows him the second water in hand because he has the bump in Fremen. Allows him to take the spice later. But he has to watch out for someone coming in second in this combat and weaseling in another water somehow. He needs to watch out for it. I think this spice is the most crucial for Baron's game. Okay, Ilban. Yep, Ilban goes up twice. He draws Negotiated, it's nothing more than 2 persuasion. Here's a big buy again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 buy. Not sure if you prefer 9 buy. And Heretic takes Lady Jessica. Okay, I think Lady Jessica allows him to power through some spice flows if he doesn't have a High Council. 3 persuasion is very strong. Oh, this combat is so cheap for Hanjo. See, this is one of the things of having late actions. Late actions are just so powerful. Yeah, I mean, what's Baron gonna do? Put in 1 troop? How many swords? Okay, now we're at Ilban's turn. Ilban reveals for 8. Once again, short of Spice plus slow. He buys Long Reach. Long Reach is good for him. He has a lot of Benny cards in his deck. Should be able to trigger it like fairly, like easily, but having 2 actions makes it a bit harder. He chooses not to get Scientific Breakthrough, which is interesting. I guess without Swordmaster it's a bit hard to reach the end. And yeah, 100 gets Lisan Elgap and Scientific Breakthrough. So I think Wade will very easily get to the end because he has always good yellows to play. Yeah, so good pickup by Green. He has a lot of points in the bag. So he has like 5 satellites points in the bag, and he has like this Scientific Breakthrough that's like a point he'll get eventually as well. Okay, Baron just plays the Intrigue card as well. He can't beat combat. He doesn't have an alliance. Or he doesn't have the spice to play Allied Armada. Man, if he had the spice earlier in this game would be so much better for him. Okay, at least he's the only one with water. You just must be wary of other people having 1 water and then be able to reveal a water in hand. So he should watch out for Hanjo. Okay, the beast goes shipping. See, beast hand is so awkward. Like, you have so much spacing access, but do you really want to go spacing when Hanjo is all the way up there? Like, there's no point to those cards anymore. Okay, so Hanjo goes full space to get a water. Does he put a troop in? Doesn't put a true in. If you're Baron, your alarm bells should be ringing, right? Your alarm bells should be really, really ringing at this point. But he doesn't get the spice. The spice, I think, is crucial. I think because he has two yellow cards in his hand and he wants to play both of them. So once again, issue with buying yellow cards and this early spice not flow, right? You had very bad draws. So he thinks that the yellow space will be open to him later. He's gonna be very disappointed. So this spice not flow could have been what could have been? It could have been the Dreadnought card, or it could have been Shahalut. The Dreadnought card obviously being better for him, but yeah, instead he has Spice not Slow. Like Spice Slow, that was like round 3. I think yeah, it's too early. Like especially when they play an 3 card to get it, and also there were good options available. Like, you'll get a Spice Slow eventually with Charisma. Okay, it goes to Ilban's turn. Ilban is suffering from lack of Solari. This lack of Solari really hurting him. He chooses to get the spice. No, he chooses to get intrigue. He has so many cards in hand he wants to play. If I was him, I'll just try to get the Solari. I'll just get Wealth. Yeah, if I was him, I'll just go Wealth. Beast goes for Wealth, gets an Alliance. Hanjo spends his spice to get play Glimpse the Path. Now he can very easily claim the spice. Oh, this game is like going so well in Hanjo's favor. 7 spice for 1 action. It's too strong. Like once you have 7 spice, also you threaten Highliner at any point. Also makes combat really difficult for other players. Baron goes for 3 troops in with Fremenkamp. Yes, 4 to buy now. No actions played. What does Leto do? Leto goes up and down. Gets Solari, and down and up. Gets a Tech Negotiator as well. Gets a Benny Alliance, gets Rapid. I don't like this. I think if he went to Wealth, then after the Mentat, I mean, sure, Mentat might not be available to you, but as Ilban, you must threaten it, right? Like if you threaten Mentat there, it's so strong. I think you can even get a Dreadnought and be quite happy with yourself, even. Now he has so many intrigue cards. Beast is fighting for this combat because that's just the nature of his cards. I don't really agree with putting in so many troops. I don't think that the extra action serves you very well. I think if you put in a Dreadnought, I think it'll be fine. It's really expensive combat. Oh, yep, Grizzlepuff, you only have 2 actions. Negotiator once again is just 2 persuasion. You have 6 to buy. You might pick up Spiritual Fervor actually. It's not great, but I think it's alright. I don't think any of the other cards really benefit you. Or maybe don't even buy it all. Or maybe 1 Liaison? No, maybe a Spiritual Fervor or nothing at all. Does he have enough? No, he only has 6. He misses Web of Power. Ah, that must hurt. That must really hurt. Is he gonna play Rapid to get a card out of his hand? No, he's not. He has too many cards. So Heretic gets 2 Tech Negotiators, has 2 Reveal. I don't like this Exclude Combat card. It's not a free Dreadnought, it's really costing him quite a fair bit. Hanjo is pressuring Baron now. He has Spy Set, so he can very easily do this at a very cheap cost. Oh no, Hanjo didn't. Hanjo. Did he? How did Hanjo increase his fragment? Oh, he gets it free from Lisa now. Oh, he applies so much passive pressure. This was a very expensive 2 Mentat, and it hurts Ilban the most. Like, not having a Mentat on the board is very painful. Yep, CJ calls out the Mentat for Heretic. It's round 6. Hanjo's in a commanding position this game. Very strong position. Why wouldn't you just use the experimentation if this is what you want to do? I don't know. Maybe small misplace, but steals the alliance. Oh, painful, really painful. How does he get a second bump? Oh, he picks up Shallow Fates as well. Oh, he locks in Fremen. Such a painful. Yeah, this all in because he got the spice. Ilban can't Mentat, makes his hand very awkward. At least he gets to infiltrate and play long reach. At least. Not great as well, but Beast picks up Holtzman Engine, which is good for his deck with Guild Bankers, but he has so many 1 position or 0 position cards. Whoever power is still sitting there, I didn't realize. Oh, Hanjo picks up more spice. He's near the end already. He has this point from Scientific Breakthrough almost locked in. So Baron goes for Selective Breeding. Yeah, gets up to 9 Persuasion. Yeah, Gristlepuff can't go there because he doesn't have the affection requirement. He dumps it all in for this combat. I mean, this combat's not great. He probably wanted to see another combat, but he has so many intrigues. I think that's the reason why. Also, I preferred it if he did it next combat as well. Even if you lose 1 intrigue, I think if they're all average intrigues, I think it's fine. Okay. Hanjo still steals an intrigue. What intrigue does he steal? To the victor? You want to have liked that. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the reasons why like you wouldn't dump in your troops if you still have more than 4. Unless like this combat is really good for you. Path picks up Web of Power, but at this point in time, Web of Power is like average. You just want to pick up Spice Must Flow at round 6. How much Persuasion does the Beast have? Beast has like 6 Persuasion, 7 Persuasion. Beast really wanted High Council. Yeah, Beast really wanted High Council this round. Now Beast gets another Dreadnought. Feels so bad. Feels so bad. You have Hold Spin, but you can't buy a Spice Must Flow. Okay, Hanjo reveals for 3. Baron gets a Spice Must Flow. Second one in his deck. His deck has a lot of yellows and Spice Must Flows. Makes his plays very awkward, even though he has like even though he has access like actions, like the actions are bad. Doesn't help that his yellow actions are bad because he's sitting behind Hanjo who has blocked him on his Interstellar. Beast is trying to get value out of his tiebreaker, but Ilban getting strategic push is just the right intrigue he needs. And he plays Demand Respect as well. I mean, 2 alliances are locked in. This Demand Respect is going Emperor, right? And then you're stealing the Emperor Alliance. This is very painful for Beast, even though you put in so much resources. Really painful for blue. No, very painful for red. He doesn't buy the Spice Flow, he loses his alliance as well. He really needed a Spice Flow. But this is what happens when you buy a lot of 1 Persuasion cards. I think if his strategy was more focused, I think it would have been better for him. Look at the amount of yellows in Yellow's hand. He has 3 yellows and he has plays his first green. He is ensuring that he gets he's ensuring that he gets his. Wow, this is a big steal also. He steals Private Army as well as Allied Armada. Allied Armada that was in Baron's hand from the start of the game. 2 very big cards, but he doesn't have a lot of spice to spend. No actions as well. It's hard to get spice. Okay, so let's see what happens. Beast ships and gets disposal. It's very late for disposal. I mean, you trash like 1 card. He doesn't trash his Guild Compact. I'll trash it. I'll totally just trash it. I mean, it's not doing anything for you anymore. Oh, I've kept the dagger. Okay. Hanjo's turn. Hanjo has a commanding lead this game. Like, he has 2 points in the bag, puts him at 7 points. He has 1 point through Scientific Breakthrough, which puts him at 8 points. Then he will quite easily get another point by getting this last point on the Scarab point as well. Puts him at 9. I think a Spice also is within reach. At the same point in time, I think he doesn't really need a Spice Flow as well. Okay. Ilban infiltrates Interstellar Shipping, draws Wave of Power. Not that Wave of Power is very good now. It goes to the top of the track. I guess it sets up for a big combator next time. He has Quick Proco, but it's a dead card. If you're heretic, what do you do now? You try to buy a Spice of Soul, right? You almost go like selective. I like selective more there. Selective with Jessica would help you sort out your hand. Now he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 persuasion. I think with him you have to play your dagger and go take negotiator. Handro does. Handro can still go. Handro can even go highliner. Yeah, Handro can highliner this now, right? Very big highliner from him. Actually, if I was Handro, I would highliner with and discard the convincing. Or maybe not. Maybe selective. Maybe yeah. Maybe a Spice of Soul is within reach. But it's very hard, right? You need a research station to be open, and yeah, it seems very hard. So Heretic has five to buy. You don't want to have 5 to buy at this stage of the game. 5 to buy is very weak. I get the idea of the double intrigue steal, but I think Mentat to him would have been better. Oh, but he doesn't even have play, like if he Mentats, he also can't use for humanity well. See, Ilban is like, I feel it's not playing the best game, but still ends up at 7 points. Ilban is just strong leader overall in Immortality. Very easy to get your Scarab points. Very easy to just pick up points cheaply. Yeah, but his next few points are quite far. He needs Spice of Soul or needs combat. Okay. Heretic is thinking of his actions. He's probably thinking, does he need to risk it to win this game? He has Guild Bankers in his deck. Actually, with Guild Bankers in his deck, I'll keep Guild Bankers there because that enables you to buy Special Flow next round. I think just getting enough Persuasion this round is best. So you can even get Detonation if you want. Right, you can get Detonation, Artillery, Training Drones. I think all are okay. I think Artillery is fine. I think Artillery is probably the best. 2, 3. Oh, he draws his X compact. See, if he trashed his compact, this wouldn't happen. Oh. And he could have. He got disposal this round, right? He could have trashed the compact. It's totally on him. He said 8 to buy. Oh, this is painful. Very painful from him. And he's trying to win this combat. Okay, it's Green's turn. Green can still win this combat, right? Yeah, Green gets another intrigue. He doesn't have yeah, he doesn't have some of his cards enabled though. But he might be too far for everyone else to catch. Okay, and then Beast reveals not able to buy a Spice of Slow, only at 8. Man, this X-Guild compact is terrible. Oh, even the treachery is bad now. What else do you do, right? Trash combat. You should have trashed it. You should have trashed it just now. And they can't catch Hundred as well. Hundred's gonna win this combat. You can get one. You don't need two, right? One is enough, right? Yeah. Choose get one tech negotiator. Yeah, Beast also has a lot of cards in his deck, so it's preventing him from getting his Scarab point. Handro has action behind. Handro can get the Solari. Yeah. I think Handro gets the Solari, right? Yeah. Handro gets the Solari. He goes up to 22. He is thinking of... No, he's not. He's not even thinking of Ally Armada. Because he knows yellow cannot trigger it. Okay. So, Baron plays Stage Incident. Beast passes. And Handro takes the win with 22 strength. With combat intrigues behind him. This is not boding well for the table. Like, Handro has another point in Scientific Breakthrough, another 2 points in Spy Sets. Look at Baron's hand. He has seen this Spice for Slow so many times. Beast draws a good intrigue. Beast draws Gruesome Sacrifice. This allows him to maybe get a point. Maybe. Beast needs to like highliner and collect spies. Okay, Ilban goes Mentat. I always like going Mentat. What's Beast? Beast needs to fight combat, right? What options does he have? He needs spice and he needs points. He's only at 4 points. He needs his combat. Like, without his combat, his game is over. He can't even buy 2 spice or souls to trigger Holtzman. It is hard for other people to challenge him with blackmail behind him. Another 1 precision card. So Handro can ship. Handro can interstellar and then use ring later on. It is quite strong. Handro also has... Actually, Handro has a lot of troops. Handro has like 3, 5, 6 troops hidden, plus another 7 swords. Yeah, 100 doesn't even need to spend a Solari for the 2 scarabs. Probably going up twice. Trash. Get your scientific point. He's at 10 points. No one's close to him. Baron needs to draw, right? If Baron here, you go research station. Occupation. Occupation is such a stupid card at this point of time. Okay, Ilban goes to draw a card at Arakin, putting troops in. Yeah, Ilban is thinking of winning this combat. But he needs spice. He probably needs a spice from slow as well. I think that's what he's thinking. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He can play one more card. So he's just gonna put troops in, and hopefully it's enough. This will get him up to 10 points. Yeah, but I think he loses tiebreakers as well. Okay, so Beast's turn. What do you do with your Beast? You want to win combat and you want to buy Spice of Slow. But most importantly, you want to win combat. This person at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 persuasion. So you can buy a Spice of Slow. But yeah, you can, if you reels, you can buy a Spice of Slow. Yeah, not great overall. Wow. Okay, Sonic Snoopers. I think Space Pots might have been okay as well. He chooses to get Solari. He gets his last friendship as well. Oh no, he gets another friendship. So his Spice Sets is worth 1. And yeah, Spice Sets is worth 1. And you must think of a way to get additional points. So he cannot play Sonic Poison Snooper as well because his deck is empty. He trashes 1 card. Yeah, this feels like he's all in for the combat now. Oh, actually this play is a lot better than him. He still can go Highliner. Yeah, he still can go Highliner. If he goes Highliner, he'll go up to 22 strength with, yeah, a bunch of swords behind him. Yeah, I think you feel pretty confident that way. Beast, Baron goes for occupation. This probably allows him by Spice of Slow. Puts in some troops. Urban Collector Spice. Beast collects Spice. Handro goes all in. I mean, if 100 you put in the last troop there, right? Because you cannot trigger your last Scarab as well. Blue has an intrigue stolen from him, and it's Ally Armada. Oh gosh, oh, Blue must feel so sad now. Not that it matters, Aggressive Path. I don't think you win the combat with. Yeah, I don't think you win the combat either way. 4, 7, 11, 16, go and bring you up to 28. Yeah, you still don't beat Handro, even with El Armada. Yeah, this is a mistake that's very easy to miss, and also because players are playing multiple games, they should be a bit tired at this point. I think Wade is Australian as well, so it's like late at night, early in the morning for him. Baron gets up to buys another spice from slow, gets up to 9 points. Let's see if any other points. Yeah, he has 1 point from. Yeah, he has another point from Grand Conspiracy. Okay, combat. You have blue with 4 swords. Red going up to 23. Green going playing ambush. Now blue's private army does nothing. Red loses 2 troops, gets a scarab. Okay, at least he gets a scarab point. But green wins both tier 3 combats. He wins it convincingly as well. He's like a bunch of troops behind him. Yep. Doesn't change anything for Grizzlepuff as well. Baron gets up to 10 points. Hanjo wins this game at 13 points. He could have very easily gotten 14 points if it was slightly different. Yeah, Hanjo could have put in another troop as well. No, I don't think if Secrets was nicer to him, Grizzlepuff could have won this combat. He needed to draw another combat entry at the end. So this is the end of the Muad'dib Melee. Congrats to Wade, who won both game and Handro. He played well. He recognized his win condition through mid-game spice satellites. It was a relatively cheap spice satellites and allowed him to really focus on his alliances. And when Ilban got long reach, right, the other alliances were all gone. So yeah, Handro managed to lock in 2 alliances early and then didn't have to worry about it anymore, whereas the other players were trying to scramble for alliances or points that way, which means the game is overall lower scoring because no one really has alliances. Red misses Spice Maslows from round 5, round 6, round 7, round 8, so that really hurts him. He really wanted the High Council the round that Ilban got it, right? But Ilban went there first action because the Mentat was there was no Mentat. The Baron plays a solid game of buying a lot of Spice on slows. However, I do think the early Spice on slow is a mistake. I think if he gotten some other card with like better access, right, his game would have been a lot smoother. There were a lot of turns where he had like yellows and extra action. He had Swordmaster with nothing to do with the Swordmaster, right? He going yellow ended up being just smuggling. He lost an alliance, so there are a lot of bad things that happened for Baron. Picking up an occupation means that he missed a Spice of Slow 1 round as well, right? So I think if you pick up the good card early and then you pick up the Spice of Slow later, I think it would have been a lot better for Ellie. But overall he played well. With Grizzlepuff, I think he should have meant that a lot more. I think this embedded agent, so this Benny Jesuit card, is something that is strong when you get the combo off, but you have to you have to treat it for what it is, not what it could be, right? And in your hand, a lot of times it is just a green card that reveals and gets you an intrigue. And when you have no green cards, right, playing something to draw to, I think it just accelerates your entire game. Even though it is, in some sense, you're giving up an intrigue, I do think that a lot of times it is the best thing to do, especially if you don't have Swordmaster. So yeah, he does end up with a nice deck. However, he needed this combat to close it off, but yeah, very vulnerable to secrets, very vulnerable to other players just having more resources to put it in. So Hanjo, second position, Interstellar Stripping. Interstellar Stripping has won both Muad'dibs, and as the meta moves away from it, it becomes more and more prominent on why Interstellar Stripping is so powerful and so coveted. So thanks everyone for watching. This is the game. Do like, comment, and subscribe, and do support the channel. The next Muad'dib will be going up next month, hopefully. So do watch this channel for additional information about it. See you around.